inside now at the museum here in St. Augustine, and I am with Sidney. Sidney, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about the museum you have here.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate that. So I'm Sidney Hobbs. I'm the owner with my wife and daughter, Madison and Brenda. And we have the Classic Car Museum of St. Augustine. And we've been open 5 years. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. By nature, we are a 501c3 nonprofit museum. We have about 110 cars on display at any given time. We do store cars, so about 30 of those cars do belong to customers that store cars with us but let us display them. I'm not a dealer, but I do have about 75 cars that we personally own, so the combination brings us up to about 110 cars. We get to do a lot of fantastic things with the community. We give back a lot. We've given away probably $400,000 to $500,000 in our 5-year existence to charities and different organizations that we work with. So we love cars. Cars are the stars here, and this is what we do.
Well, speaking of cars are the stars, you have the superstar of the cars that we're standing beside. Tell us a little bit about this beauty as I pan to show everybody what it is.
Yeah, so this is kind of the belle of the ball. It's the rarest car in the museum. It's also the most valuable car in the museum. It is a 1969 Dodge Daytona. Now, if you know the history of the car, and a lot of people do, this car really turned NASCAR on its ear because a concept company took a 1969 Charger, they put a new nose cone on it, they put this crazy wing on the back, they took it to Buddy Baker and Richard Petty and said, will you test this car? We think we've got something. This was way before aerodynamics were a big deal in NASCAR. So they take it to Talladega and they run 200 miles an hour in this car. Well, of course, Petty and Baker goes to Chrysler Plymouth and go, we want this car. Well, Chrysler and Dodge said, well, we're not going to do it because nobody's going to buy this car. And at that time, NASCAR had a requirement that people had to buy cars from the showrooms. The manufacturer had to sell at least 500 cars to the public before they were allowed to race on a NASCAR track. Well, they didn't want to build it because they didn't think anyone would buy it. They were right. However, Petty actually left Dodge Chrysler Plymouth for a year, went to Ford. They go, okay, we'll build the car. They built the car. This is the big brother to the 1970 Superbird. Petty, Buddy Baker, a couple other drivers drove this car on NASCAR for 1 year. They outlawed it after 1 year because it was so fast. It won 73% of the races it ran, and they outlawed it after the first year. So this is the big brother that started the winged cars, if you will. It was the first car to run over 200 miles an hour on a NASCAR track. Now, what makes this car unique and make it so valuable? One, it's one of Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge said they produced 503. They actually only produce about 392. This is one of those cars. So
we're not giving away secrets now, are we?
Well, I don't know. Don't fault me for that. Allegedly, they built 392 cars. But the cool thing about this car is it's only got 14,000 original miles. It has never been painted, never been wrecked, never been scratched. This car is as close to it can be of what came out of the concept company that built this car in 1969. Only 14,000 original miles.
Wow.
It's been all over the United States. It's been in a lot of different places. It's led parade laps at Daytona, parade laps at Talladega. It is a really, really special car, and it's a belle of the ball.
Did you get to drive those parade laps?
I did not. So
were you in the car?
The previous owner that had this car had it for over 45 years.
Oh, boy.
It was a member of his family materialistically.
Yes.
He stored it with me for 2 or 3 years. He was at a point in his life that he wanted to go travel and enjoy the rest of his life. He gave me an opportunity for it. I sold a bunch of cars and I was able to acquire this car. So.
Now, as I believe the story goes on this, when they were produced for the public to meet the NASCAR regulations of homologation, I think it is, to build the 500, these things languished on the lot.
Nobody wanted them. The dealers were almost giving them away. They were selling for under invoice just to get rid of them. Matter of fact, real funny story real quick. A gentleman comes in, he's walking around, he looks at the car, he says, I remember those. I was a body shop manager in a Dodge dealership in Ohio, and my dad would always get the car that nobody else wanted as a demo. They gave him one of these as a demo, and we were ashamed to go to the grocery store in it. We laid down in the back seat so nobody would see us going to the grocery store. Now you're looking at a $750,000 car and everybody wants it. It's amazing how things change.
That's something. But, it is because of their racing heritage and what they did. And I think probably most of what created the value in the legacy was it getting banned.
Absolutely.
Not continuing, but getting banned.
Yep. 1 year.
It was the... all these teams do things with restrictor plates and this, that, and the other, and weight and everything nowadays. But here the factory came out and said, we're going to build the baddest race car out there.
And they didn't want to. They did not want to do it, but they did it, and then the rest is history.
Richard Petty said, "Yeah, hey, let's get it done. I want that. Let's come back," and they brought him back into the fold.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just one of the many cars you have here. Show us another couple if you don't mind, if you got time.
So right next door here, this is really, people ask me, I get two questions more than anything else. What's your favorite car in the museum? What's the most valuable car in the museum? Well, we just looked at the most valuable. Well, my favorite car is this 1961 Corvette. This was my first classic car. I bought this car from my brother's best friend. I knew this car growing up. I was born in 1960, so it's a year after I was born. I always wanted a Corvette when I was a kid. We had no money. When I graduated from college, my brother's best friend wanted to sell this car because they were adopting a baby. He gave me an opportunity to buy it. I had no money, just got out of college, school loans. I borrowed the money, bought the car because I couldn't pass it up. Took me 10 years to restore this car, but by doing that, I started flipping cars to pay for it because I still had no money. Took me 10 years to restore this car, and I've had it for over 45 years. This is what started the museum. This started my love of classic cars and gave me an opportunity to build on the collection one car at a time.
You know, I'm looking, and honestly, I didn't know that was your first car earlier. We didn't talk about it yet off camera. But walking through here, my gosh, who can walk by a little red Corvette convertible with the white coves?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just right, and say, wow, yeah, that's beautiful. When you first started, I was going to ask you, you know, picking your favorite car. It's kind of like picking your favorite kid.
You can't. It's whichever one I'm driving. But this one's always my
But this
favorite.
one's still at the top. And you know what? I can see why.
Sentimentally, I'll never get rid of this car. My grandchildren's grandchildren will, even though they'll have flying cars by then, hopefully they'll still have this in a garage somewhere or a museum.
Or in the living room.
Or in the living room. That'll work too.
That would work. Yeah. That would be great. But yeah, great, perfect color combination. My gosh, I love the blue beside it, but come on, the red with the white cove. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's a special car.
You know what? I say absolutely stunning, but walking around here before you came out and we started the filming, every one of your cars are absolutely stunning.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you have another. I have one that I want to talk about with you.
Okay.
But do you have another spectacular car that you'd like to show us?
You know what? Why don't we pick yours and talk about your car?
Oh,
because I can talk all day. I've got 110 of these that I can talk to you about. So
that's okay. I think folks would probably really enjoy the video if I just walked around and neither one of us talked. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know,
every car in here has a story. Every single car in here has a story. So I can tell you stories about any of these cars, and they're all different in every single aspect. Not only how I found them, how I acquired them. Yeah. There's a lot of different things about them. So I'll let you pick one.
Well, this little green Mustang reminds me. It's not the one, but it reminds me of a friend, Bob Marvin, up in War Road, Minnesota. Yeah. Bob's got 95 cars. Well, he had purchased the little green Mustang that his girlfriend at the time, now wife for many, many years, had driven in high school, had found it, restored it completely, gave it to her for one of her anniversaries. She was just shell-shocked. And it's, you know, it's those kind of stories. That's what brings us together with these cars.
Well, see, I always used to wonder, I'd go to car shows and see hundreds of people and go to Daytona, the Turkey Run, wherever you go. Why does so many people come out and look at these cars? And most of the time, it's memories. Either they had a memory with a car, their friend had a memory, their family had a memory, or they want to create a memory. So they either had a classic car or they want a classic car.
Your uncle, the preacher, the guy down the street.
It's the memories. And people will walk in here and literally start talking about things that happened 50 or 60 years ago. And I stop and I go, how long has it been since you thought about being in high school? Oh, this is the first time, but this car brings back all of those memories like it was yesterday.
Immediately,
Cars, songs, and family. Not necessarily in that order, but those three things bring back memories more vividly than anything else on the planet, I believe. So.
Hey guys, if you hadn't figured it out, Sidney's a car guy.
I kind of like cars.
You can tell with the passion in his voice that he's not only just collecting this to share, but he actually has ownership, if you get what I mean, and an understanding of all these cars because they mean something to him. You just didn't buy them nilly-willy. They all mean something to you. Now, we're going to talk about this absolutely stunning Caddy right here. My goodness gracious. This is 59?
59. 59 and then a 57 Eldorado Brits next to it.
And you can tell because you've got the tallest fins ever, and then after that, they started shrinking again on all cars. But, you know, this color combination, the fat white walls. Now, is this a Coupe de Ville?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, and we actually have two, believe it or not, we have two 59 hardtop Coupe de Villes, which again, some of the most magnificent cars that you will ever see because of several reasons. One, when you look at the grille of this car, and you'll pan back to it in a moment.
We'll go back up there.
Okay, if you like chrome, this is your car. Look at those double headlights almost. You got the blinkers are as big as the headlights. Look at that grille. And when this car was coming at you in 1959, there was no doubt what it was. There was no doubt in the world. Now this color is very, very rare. They didn't make a lot of them. It's got the matching two-tone turquoise interior. Couple of features on this. If you look on the dash, you see that?
The magic
now, everybody wants to know, what is that thing? Well, Cadillac was way ahead of its time because it was a Cadillac. That is the automatic dimmer. So Cadillacs in 1957 even had an automatic dimmer. It dims your headlights. Now it's every car you get has an automatic dimmer.
Right.
But that was a big deal.
That was science fiction.
Here's the other thing that's so unique about this car is I say it's the only car. We have some old suitcases here. Let me move them out of the way.
And yeah, folks,
my mom and dad actually had a set of these suitcases exactly like this when I was a kid.
Okay. And look at the back. The back mimics the front.
The 59 Cadillac is the only car that I know of that looks as good going in reverse as it does going forward.
Yeah.
Because look at this grille. It looks like the front end of a car. And look at the aerodynamic taillights. It looks like a jet plane taillight.
You know,
I always ask everybody, ask everybody, okay, find the cap. Well, GM did a lot of cool things in the 50s in hiding the gas caps.
Yes.
This one, look at this.
Right
in the middle of the back grill.
I have never seen one on a 59.
People will walk round and around and around looking for the gas cap.
I figured it might be over here by the tail lights.
Well, a lot of the tail lights lifted up.
Yeah, because I think the Tri-5 Chevys, 55 was still the side door on the quarter panel, but 56 and 57 went to the tail. But the cool part about these lights, I was at another car show the other day, and so many people take these old lights or replicas of and graft them onto their cars because they are so cool.
They do.
It's just, they're amazing. And you could take a picture of just this, what you're looking at right now.
Put it on the wall.
And put it on the wall, and everybody walking in will tell you that's a late, they may not know 59, but they will know that's a late 50s Caddy. And again, these were as high and tall as the Fins got.
The tallest ones,
The tallest
1959.
ones.
And one of the longest cars, 19 feet 8 inches, I believe, is the length of this car.
So, and it's a coupe.
And it's a coupe, to a hardtop. Yeah, these cars were phenomenal. About, way over 5,000 pounds. They were beasts, but oh my goodness, you ride in these, and it's like sitting on grandma's couch and driving.
Well, that's what I've heard. It's like a sofa on four wheels. Is what a lot of these older cars were. Now, do you drive all your cars? Are they still
everything
running?
In here, all 110 cars do run and drive. Yes.
Okay.
Everyone.
How long has this Caddy been in your collection?
So this belongs to a customer. Actually stored this for him. I have the yellow 59 over there. So that is literally one of my favorite cars. So I've stored this car for him. He has two cars. He has a 33 Ford Coupe, Deuce Coupe, and then he has this car, so he swaps them out. I like it when he has a short one here, because the 33 Coupe is about this long.
Yeah.
So I get two spots when he's not here. When he brings this one, I lose a spot. But hey, it's all
get 3 or 4 of these, you're going to lose half the
That's exactly right.
All right, let's take a quick walk by and see the one you've got here, the yellow and black.
Yeah, and this is a great color combination. Wow. The black top almost looks like glass because it's so nice. It's a beautiful color combination. This has original interior. It's had only one repaint in its lifetime. But again, these cars are just magnificent. And you go down the road and you get more thumbs up and horns beeping. It's incredible the reaction that the public has to these classic cars.
Excuse me. And every gas stop is an hour-long conversation with someone.
Everybody wants, hey, can I get a picture?
Exactly.
And that brings up a really good point, because one thing we do here, we don't have stanchions around all the cars, and I do that for a reason. Everybody told me I was an idiot for doing it, and I probably am. But I wanted people to do what you just did. I want them to be able to look at the car. Now, they've got to be respectful.
Yes.
But most people, honestly, are very respectful of the cars. But I wanted them to see the dash and the things that make these cars so special. The other thing is, when I was a kid growing up and I didn't have any money and didn't have any classic cars, nobody would ever let me see their cars or touch their cars or sit in their cars or anything else. I promised I would never do that. So when we have people come in here, it's a little bit of an immersive experience. If they will ask me, if they want to sit in this 59 Cadillac, I'll open the door and I'll actually let them sit in the car.
As long as you're chaperoned.
As long as you
ask. That's exactly. And again, a friend of mine, Bob, with his 95 cars, he's the same way. He will let car clubs come up a couple times a year and take all of his cars out and drive them just to keep them exercised.
We do some of that too.
He does that too. He was telling about a story years ago. He went to a car show, and I forget exactly the car that it was, But one of his caretakers of the museum was telling me that that had happened as well.
Yeah.
And the fellow walked up and was, politely leaning over and not touching, being very respectful of the vehicle. And Doug, one of his caretakers, walked up and said, "Would you like to sit in it?" And the guy did sit.
They almost faint when you say that.
And was almost in tears.
I've had people in tears.
Yeah.
I have had not only 9-year-olds, I've had 90-year-olds, 9 to 90. I've had them all in tears. They cannot believe that you will actually let them sit in your car.
Yeah.
But it's like giving them a gold brick, or better than giving them a gold brick, because they say, "I've wanted to sit in one of these cars my whole life."
Yep.
Now, if I have time,
Yeah.
and I have a car close enough to the door, I'll take them for a ride around the building.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Oh, their cameras flashing, and I feel like the paparazzi is here. But literally, and then they send me a review and go, "Best day of my life."
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Taking a few moments of my day, which a lot of times I don't have that, and making that so special for them.
Yep.
The reward for that is unbelievable. And what you do for someone like me that didn't have classic cars back then, giving them the opportunity to own it for a moment is unbelievable.
Or to experience it for that one moment. They may have never had a
Mentally
caddy.
own it. Mentally own it.
Yeah, they have never had a caddy, but they knew someone they respected that did have one,
Right.
and they've always wondered what it would like, and even just sitting in the showroom or just a quick lap around the building is amazing. And yeah, I know you said, if you have the time, I know you're on a time limit right now this morning.
We are.
I appreciate your time.
Thank
And you know what?
you.
I'm really happy I'm here, and this has been one of the best days of my life because I'm going to continue to walk around, and if I can get a drool rag, because there's so many beautiful vehicles in here, but I'm going to continue to walk around, but I am going to let you go. And folks, definitely come down to St. Augustine, come to the Classic Car Museum. How do they find out more about you?
Yeah, thank you. So we have a website, www.ccmstaug.com, ccmstaug.com. We're at 4730 US 1 South in St. Augustine, Florida. Feel free to give us a call, 904-806-4625. That is my personal cell number. Give me a call. I answer my phone. And I really appreciate you being here. We don't have an advertising budget. You're it. So that's a lot of pressure. But we do it by word of mouth. We do it by social events, and we do it by reviews. And we're very proud of our reviews. We get a lot of 5-star reviews, and we would love to have anybody come see us that would like to know about cars or just come hang out with us.
Well, that's it, folks. Come to St. Augustine for the history, but stay for the Classic Car Museum.
Thank you so much. We
Sidney,
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.